Hey guys, I got some cool stuff to show you getting back into 1/18 scale, but of course I have to start off with showing some off the scale work that I've been doing lately. This is a pewter or pot metal Robbie the Robot figurine that I got from Comet Miniatures. I painted him, primed and painted him yesterday. I'm assembling him now. My 5-minute epoxy turned more into like 24-hour epoxy, but it's holding well now. And I will continue on with the other arm and the little details later. And then once I get him fully assembled, I'll paint him up with a little more details. He doesn't have a lot of painted details in his original design. Maybe some silver highlights here and there. The challenge is going to be to get the dome to look like something glass-like with things underneath it, all the little circuitry underneath. There's a fellow on Facebook, I think he's like from Taiwan, where he repaints Transformer toys to look like the animated versions, and his work it really takes the toy into a unique realm, and I'm thinking on trying to emulate that for the glass dome somehow, and just paint on a reflection to get it to look like, other than it's cast black. So he's moving forward slowly. And onto other things, I've been stripping this Dinky Toys Daimler Scout car, and the paint stripper only took it so far. I wound up having to scrape everything with a razor blade, but I'll take everything down to bare metal. I'll wire brush it with the Dremel tool, and then reprime it and paint it camouflage. And I have brand new decals for it as well. I also received this Dinky Kubel wagon. Now I finally have a Kubel wagon to go with my 1/32 scale stuff that is a little more appropriate in scale. I restore a lot of toys and customize them to my liking, and I tend to buy junkers that I have to fix up. So this is no different. This just arrived in multiple pieces and already taken apart. As you can see, like the guys are missing their arms and stuff like that. But this actually just helps me a little bit, because when I go to strip it down and repaint it, it's already ready to go, disassembled. I never understood why they made the fenders this ugly dark green, and the car itself this sort of German field gray, when it would just look so much better if it was all German field gray. It would look right. But alas, toy companies did silly stuff. So I wanted to show you this cool thing that I haven't really shown a lot in the past, but I've taken about a year off of this project. This is my custom double-hulled salvage ship in 1/18 scale. I call it the USNS Archelon. An Archelon is a prehistoric sea turtle, the largest species ever discovered, I believe. And it seemed a fitting name for this ship and its fictional history that I'm creating for it. This was made from two, what the heck was the name of it? Two Glamour Gals 1970s Ocean Queen cruise ships. I'd actually gotten inspired by this from another guy I'd seen on Facebook who did one. He did his as a single hull ship, and he had like, I think it was a Cobra ship, and he had G.I. Joe figures sort of breaching the ship and raiding it. But I decided to sort of one up that concept and take two and make a double hulled ship here. So it's been a long work in progress, and I think I'm going to get back into it and try and finish it up. This bridge here was it's actually, I don't remember now, it's been so long. It's either one or two Playmobil bridges that I have stretched and been working on. I've got a traditional ship's wheel in there, And when I say stretch, I mean I cut the bridge and then I filled in the gaps with styrene. And I was even able to salvage the windows to make it work. So moving on, there's a lot of things. I have like a lot of 1/16 scale railing from an architectural company that I have to continue around on the ship. And the Glamour Gals ship had all these cabins inside, including like navigation. I guess this was the bridge on their version. There's an elevator and you know bunks and things like that. So I'm gonna make it a little more militaristic, and I've been gathering all sorts of things over time, such as this. This is either G.I. Joe or Chap May radio station, and I'll make a radio room in here somewhere. I actually have quite a few scale radio parts to make one massive communication center in the ship that I've been just accumulating over probably 2+ years now. So this little yellow girder is going to be part of the salvage system. I have to build a structure to put it up here somehow, spanning the open gap in the ship, so I can raise and lower small watercraft or salvage things. A lot of other details on here. A couple cranes. There's one on each side to make it symmetrical. These are from the Playmobil cargo ship, the same ship that provided the bridge. This communications tower with satellite dishes and things. I still have to put one more satellite dish on here. That is actually a Lionel tower, and that's a Lionel radar screen right there. Unfortunately, it's just set up here for now. So many little details I have to finish up on this thing. Moving along, here's some, these are Super 7 G.I. Joe sailors. I bought a bunch of them when they became available as my crew. What I really want is the Marauder Vietnam era sailors, but if you are watching this, chances are you collect 3.75 or 4-inch action figures, and you know all about the delay in the Marauder Vietnam line. So I have a bunch of those sailors on my wish list. This is that's a Marauder body. I believe the head was from Boss Fight Studios, and that's a Marauder hat. This is the captain of the ship. I call him Captain Gravely, after, I believe his first name is Carl Gravely. He's the first African-American Navy officer to reach the rank of admiral. So that's my little acknowledgement to that by naming him Captain Gravely. More G.I. Joe sailors in the bowels of the ship. Backing out a little bit, you see the scale of the thing. It's pretty big. I mean, there's my hand reaching there. There's a landing deck on the back, and this is a large piece of 1/2-inch thick PVC board, also known as Sintra in the plastics industry. I have tons of figures to go with this. It's hard to find Navy-oriented figures. They're not as easy to find as ground troop sort of figures. There's only so many shipwrecks you can find, so many deep sixes. But anyhow, this is Michelle Rodriguez's character from Avatar. She's a pilot, and I swapped out her helmet because her helmet is goofy. I put a Marauder helmet on her. And this is the dropship pilot from the Halo figures with a Marauder helmet as well. Unfortunately, their helmet decals are not sticking. It's too bad. I really like those decals. They kind of remind me of Biggs from Star Wars. This pontoon helicopter is a Chap May helicopter. when I bought it, it was hard to find. You know, everything in my collection, everything I find that I like, of course, I'm too late. So I don't find it when it's easily available. I have to find it on the secondary market when the prices are all jacked up and you have to pay collector's pricing. So, but I managed to find the exact one I wanted, the pontoon style with the camouflage paint scheme. The only thing I wish is the bubble canopy here was clear. I'm not sure if they ever did that. I've been passively keeping an eye on helicopters to see if I can find a clear one. I found red, I found yellow, I haven't found clear. But I would love to swap it out for a clear one. But I also have a very large, I think it's Soldier Force helicopter, which I'll show at a later date. But it lands on the deck, but it's just huge. To sweeten up the deck, I had my friend who owns a vinyl graphics company. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's a very large letter H with a yellow ring, vinyl graphics, that I will place on there for the helicopter landing pad. And then I bought these on eBay quite a while ago, these shark's teeth decals. And, you know, of course, there's protective paper on them. They're actually, the graphics are pretty nice and brilliant. But walking around the other side of the ship on the double hulls, I'll put the shark's tooth graphic on there. The camouflage is a variation on like a World War II disruptive dazzle camouflage, and the shark's teeth emblems. I've done a lot of historical research on this sort of thing, and what I'm doing is I'm making an amalgam of features that I want in one watercraft. But they definitely did shark's teeth. They definitely painted them camouflage. There's definitely double hulled ships out there, and there's definitely salvage ships. So I'm just wrapping it all up into one playset package. The back here below the landing deck, let's put the helicopter back on here, is two sort of dive decks, and there's another small crane back here that has a hook and a crank. And these dive decks, this is also a Chapman diving bell suit. These dive decks are made out of aquarium filters. I think I picked that trick up from Jason Jensen Trains. I don't immediately recall, but the idea is that you can hook up the dive bell and lower it down for undersea expeditions. Here's the aft view of the ship, and in the center, I actually have a 1/16 scale Navy PBR patrol boat river, I think is what it is. If you see the movie Apocalypse Now, they go up river on a boat. It's a PBR. I have the same boat, 1/16 scale, fits in between here, and the idea is that I'll be able to hoist it up, and it will live with this salvage ship for all of its adventures. And that's where it stands now. Definitely have to get back to work on it and finish this thing up. It's been far too long. So that's the 118 update for now, fellas. Have a good week. Take care.